Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day. Heidi, do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask, Heidi. It is Wednesday. It's the 9th day of November. It is Microasia Awareness Day today, National Louisiana Day today, and National Scrapple Day today. So I got to Google the first one because I'm not sure what that is. So I'm going to tell you what that is. Microasia Awareness Day to spread the knowledge about the congenital disability, microasia. Okay, I didn't know that's what it was. It says apparently the word means little ears, and one child in every 9,000 is born with I don't know if I'm saying it right, microasia. So, interesting. That's why they need an awareness day, because had you heard of that before?
No.
I might be saying it wrong.
I mean,
not sure.
maybe if you're saying it wrong, I might have.
Hey, I've got a guest joining me today. I had a book a moment ago, and Heidi took it. It's called The Wine Bible. Karen MacNeil is my guest. Will I get that book back, at least for the interview?
Sure.
Okay. It's a good-looking book. I'm excited to chat with Karen MacNeil. She's the author of The Wine Bible. That's coming up.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At BetterCreditCards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. If you're looking to survive a zombie apocalypse, I mean, who's not, right? You're best to flee to Florida, according to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, who clearly have nothing better to do with taxpayer dollars. Zombie Preparedness Guide has been put out. Yeah, it's a thing. Researchers at Lawn Love analyzed 26 key factors.
Lawn Love.
It's a group. Yeah, they send me all kinds of stuff. And again, I appreciate it. They 26 key factors that measure zombie preparedness across 200 different cities, taking into account things like the number of local supermarkets, hunting supply stores, the number of people in poor health, and the number of basements or bunkers available. Orlando, Florida, deemed the best city to survive a zombie apocalypse.
What's that?
Apocalypse. Tampa and Miami also finished in the top 10. Worst place, by the way, to survive a zombie apocalypse, Sunrise Manor, Nevada. Apparently, that's a bad place to be when the
It sounds like it's like for elderly people. Sunrise Manor.
It kind of does.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this survey was probably done. They did this like as a joke around Halloween. And it was sent to me, and I'm just finally getting to it. I'm sure that's what's going on here. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know that lockdown babies may be slower to communicate but learn to crawl faster? So a study suggests that babies born during Ireland's first COVID lockdown were less likely to be able to wave goodbye and point at things and know one definite and meaningful word by the time they were one.
Yikes.
On the other hand, they were more likely to crawl earlier. Authors of the study conducted by researchers at the Royal College of Surgeons say parents should not be too worried because babies are resilient and inquisitive by nature, and they're likely to bounce back given the right support. So it's just really weird that they're like, I wonder even who even thought to do this study. They're like, let's see how long it takes for these kids to do this. But does that seem...
Well, it's a little concerning. I mean, talk about the upcoming zombie apocalypse. You're going to have a bunch of nonverbal...
No, it just took them
people
longer.
Wandering around.
They were crawling earlier. All right, Heidi's done. Did you know? Well, now you do. We don't know everything, but now we know this. Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Simon Cowell credits his son with saving his life after he became obsessed with work. The music mogul, music mogul, who is behind the America's Got Talent shows and the X Factor and all those things. He was really unhappy until his son, Eric, Actually was born 8 years ago. But he said, before that, my life was 99% work. So he said, this kid came along and I do other things now with my child. I'm not working so much, and I think it saved my life, which is really kind of cool. Stranger Thing fans can now live out their worst nightmares in the infamous Creel house from the show. It's hit the market. The iconic haunted house, which is home to the Creel family, and the Lair in the Upside Down season 4, is now up for grabs in Rome, Georgia, listed for $1.5 million.
Wow.
And Daniel Radcliffe says he has no plans to replace Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, no matter how many times you might have heard that. He said, no, I'm not planning to do that. He did a pretty good job as Weird Al, though, in Weird. I started watching it, and then Heidi fell asleep. So I said, I'll wait, and we'll watch it together. Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At BetterCreditCards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Today it's all about cats. Cats behave towards humans in the same way that they respond to their feline friends, so the secret of whether your cat feels bonded to you lies in their behavior. Look out for scenting. Cats have scent glands on their flanks, their head, and around their ears. It says if they rub them against people and objects, that they're familiar and comforting. So that means that they like you. How they greet you. If a tail is held upright position, that shows familiarity, trust, and affection. The equivalent like a wave from a human.
Okay.
Rolling over and exposing their underbelly is another gesture that cats ultimately trust you. Look for blinks. It says when cats encounter strange humans or strange cats, they usually blink to greet them with an unblinking stare. What? They usually greet them with an unblinking stare. Okay, there we go. More likely to slowly blink at those they have a good relationship with. Slow blinks are associated with positive emotional state. And there's a lot of rules that go with this. Try this. They say blink, and your cat might blink back. It's a nice way to bond with your cat if they're not keen on being touched. So if your cat doesn't like it when you're like petting them and touching them, if you just stare at them and blink.
This is just way too much work. How do you know if a dog likes you? He will wag his tail or give you kisses. If he doesn't like you, he will growl at you. Oh. The end.
We will talk about dogs tomorrow at this time. Let me finish about cats, though. If they get up close, cats are protective of their personal space. If a cat allows you to get close, that suggests a close bond, particularly where the contact is frequent or long-lasting. Curling up on your lap is a sign of deep trust. No kidding. You had to tell me that. Grooming only happens between cats with a warm relationship. So licking your hand or licking your face by a cat can be a sign of endearment. That means they love you. So there you go. Tomorrow we're going to talk dogs, but today it was all about cats. Your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Super excited to visit with our guest today. We have Karen MacNeil. She's the author of The Wine Bible, and the 3rd edition is out right now. Karen, this is exciting. You got all kinds of fun stuff going on here. And when did the 1st edition of The Wine Bible come out?
The 1st edition came out in 2001, John, more than 20 years ago.
And this has become like the ultimate guide for wine. So this is the go-to guide. That's got to feel really good to know that people really like this.
Yeah, it feels so heartwarming and so wonderful. The Wine Bible has kind of become the book that everyone who loves wine kind of has to have.
And what was it that inspired you to do that very first edition? How was it that you came to say, okay, I need to do this particular book?
Well, it was a big decision because the first edition took 10 years to write. 10 unpaid years, mind you. But, it was the book that I always wanted to have when I was learning about wine. And at that time, the only really big books were written by British authors. And as an American and as an American woman, I think I had kind of a different way of writing about wine. And luckily, for me, readers really responded to a more conversational way of writing about wine.
And the second edition came out what year?
In 2015. So there was a lot of time between the first and the second edition. And in part, it's because the first edition was doing well, and the wine world had not changed so enormously. But between 2015 and this third edition, the wine world has just exploded. I mean, think of China, for example. The word China probably wasn't in the same sentence with the word wine, 10 years ago. And today, China is a very important player in the entire wine industry.
Something else that has changed in the third edition, you've got over 400 photos, all in color. So it's a beautiful book to look at as well.
Yes, people tell us that, readers tell us that they absolutely love how easy the Wine Bible is to read. Lots and lots of side boxes, glossaries, a big wine word dictionary in the back of the book. It's very fun, and people often just open it anywhere and start reading. They don't necessarily read it from the first page to the last page. And you probably have done that yourself, because on any given page, there will be a photo and a caption or a side box that is just fascinating.
Absolutely. And one of the other things that's really handy is the food section, so you can pair the perfect wine with the right meal as well.
Yeah, thank you for mentioning that, John, because 20 years ago, wine books were pretty dry. Everything that I think matters around wine, things like culture and history and food and art, those ideas were often stripped out of wine books, and you would just have sort of wine fact after wine fact. But the Wine Bible was the first book to put all the richness of culture and food and history back into the book, and it helps make wine make sense, in a sense.
Again, our guest today, Karen MacNeil, the author of The Wine Bible. The third edition is out right now. And do we have a prediction on how long between now and the fourth edition? Are you already working on that?
Oh, I don't know. After writing, this edition took about 4 years to write, and I am written out. I need a rest from writing for a couple of months, and then maybe I'll start thinking about it.
Well, it'll be exciting to see what changes between now and then. Karen, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us about it today.
Thank you, John. I'm glad you like it. Thanks so very much to everyone.
Absolutely. Again, Karen MacNeil, and the book is called The Wine Bible, the third edition. It's out right now. I'll throw a link to it to make it really easy to find. If you've got a wine lover in the family, this is a go-to book, and it's an absolute must. I'll throw a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
In a remote Norwegian island, it's illegal to die. Svalbard,
What?
It's illegal to die. Bodies are unable to be buried safely due to the permafrost. So they're like, you just can't die here. If you're going to die, go somewhere else and do that. That seems odd. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Right-handed people chew most of their food on the right side of their mouth. Left-handed people chew most of the food on the left side of their mouth. It's kind of weird.
That is true.
I have to pay attention now. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
We feel hangry because it's hard to control emotions when your brain is low on glucose. And clearly, my brain is always low on
my
glucose.
goodness.
I get hangry pretty easily.
Oh, yes, you do.
I don't mean to. I just do. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Spam email got its name from canned meat after a Monty Python skit that referred to spam as tasting horrible and being inescapable. I don't like spam. There's actually, it's a pretty funny skit.
This one, there's not much spam in it.
Yeah, it's a funny. So that's where the term spam comes from when it comes to emails. There you go. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
How much do you pay for your wireless phone? Some people spend hundreds of dollars every month for their family. That's crazy! Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. Not 50, 15, 1-5. Yeah, $15 a month for premium wireless. It's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can keep your same phone number. You may even be able to keep your same phone. Find out now at Mintervention.com. Learn more and sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way courtesy of Mintervention.com. I forgot to do the thing where we do the thing.
Do the thing.
I'm sorry. I'll do the thing tomorrow. Here's a question, Heidi. 19% of us say this to somebody in the morning. I say this to you every day. What is it?
Have a good day.
No, I love you.
Oh.
Do I say to you, have a good day every morning? I wake you up and I'm like, hey, you have a good day. Little kiss on the forehead. Have a good day.
No, but most people say that to somebody. Even if you don't have a special someone in your life, you say that to somebody.
All right. Here's a Mint Mobile question
I would
of
think
the
that
day.
would be a bigger number, but
Yeah,
I
probably.
don't know.
Comes your way courtesy of Mintervention.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At bettercreditcards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. Bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Lawmakers in New Jersey want to ban automakers from charging subscription fees for a feature that's built into your car. This is a few months after BMW sparked outrage when they started charging car owners in the UK and Germany and several other countries $18 a month if they want to turn on their heated seats.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah, that's
Car
not
manufacturers,
cool.
including Toyota and GM, are looking into increasing recurring revenue by charging customers for access to features that are built into their vehicle. In many cases, they were included as standard equipment, but in a new proposed bill in New Jersey, they would bar manufacturers and dealers from charging a fee for these features if they're already installed in the car. The bill would make exceptions for features that incur ongoing expenses, like satellite radio, Wi-Fi, traffic mapping, things like that, or even Tesla's full self-driving feature. Because they're like, those are different.
Right.
But heated seats?
Heated
really?
seats should be a feature that...
Yeah, it's either in the car or it's not. And if it's in there, you shouldn't have to pay to make it work. So, very bizarre that that's even happening. It's why it's today's Weird News.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. I've been holding this for like 2 weeks because I knew I had my guest today about the wine Bible, and I wanted to share this the same day. You know you're a wino if... Heidi, pay attention.
I'm listening.
If you drink wine by the box.
Okay. I have purchased boxed wine, but I don't make a habit of it.
She drank an entire box of wine once and had to stay at her brother's house for 2 days. So that's why I brought that up. If you think the opposite of white is red, no. If you think that raisins are a waste of a good grape, you might be a wino if you have no fewer than 5 tools to open a bottle of wine at any given time. Yeah, Heidi's got like a tackle box full of ways to get in. You might be a wino if your glass is always half empty and never half full. You might be a wino if the man or roommate or dog or whoever instinctively refills your glass anytime they go to the kitchen, even when you don't ask. You might be a wino if you didn't know that burgundy was also a color.
This is sounding awfully judgmental.
You might be a wino if you find yourself swirling the glass, even if it's just water. You might be a wino if you wonder why there's so many people who dislike the French. And you might be a wino if you cannot finish this list because the bottle of wine is finished and you got to go in the other room now. So, there you go. That is the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
In good times and not so good times, it's a good idea to be responsible when it comes to spending. At BetterCreditCards.com, we're excited to see our friends like you get a better credit card to fit your needs. Some people like cards with the lowest possible interest rate. Others like cards with no annual fee. And some people like cards with points and perks to take advantage of all the extras available. Whatever you're looking for, we hope you find it at BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. I got not 1, 2, or 3. I've got 4 quotes today from Bill Maher, all of these. So the first one is, everything that used to be a sin is now a disease.
That's true.
Women cannot complain about men anymore until they start getting better taste in them. Get better taste in men.
You know what? That's not wrong.
If you think you have it tough, read history books. And my final quote from Bill Maher, this is the worst thing to happen to beaches since the Speedo. Now, I had a guy send me all 4 of those. He's like, pick your favorite. I'm like, I'll just do them all. It's a quote, or today, quotes of the day, comes your way courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of RadioTravelGroup.com. Cool story here from Iowa, where a young man uses lemonade stand money to do something nice for his entire kindergarten class. This little kid raised money to buy a pumpkin for the entire class. He built a lemonade stand over the summer that turned out to be pretty successful. As he was thinking about all the things he could do or things he could buy, he very quickly decided what he wanted to do was donate it to his kindergarten class. He wanted to do something really fun with his classmates. McKay's mother, I should probably look up here and see, what is this young man's name? It doesn't say his name, and then it just says down here McKay. So McKay must be his name. McKay's mother, Tristan, said that he decided to use his lemonade stand money to buy all of the kindergartners in his school a pumpkin for Halloween. That's really cool. The family coordinated with the teacher and the principal, who arranged field trips to a place called the Pride of Wapsie, a popular eastern Iowa pumpkin patch and corn maze destination. The owners loved the idea so much, they let him pick enough pumpkins for the first graders, too. The owners said that one is Farmer Pat decided to pay it forward with another act of kindness. Says he's donating all of the money that was brought in by this young man to buy pumpkins for the Red Cross Hurricane Ian Relief Fund. The boy has the biggest heart, they say, and he's always thinking about others, the mother posted on her Facebook post. Special thanks to the amazing teacher, Mrs. Hodge, and Principal Tim Green for allowing this to happen. This is really kind of a cool story. When you were a kid, did you ever have a lemonade stand?
Oh, yeah.
Did you make money doing that?
Well, we'd usually get one person that came by with $1, and then we'd all leave and go to the grocery store. And we're like, we made bank. Let's go get some candy.
I am pretty sure we were done. I thought it was adorable. When our daughter, she was what, like 7? She had a lemonade stand, and she wanted to raise money for a thing called Honor Flight, veterans thing,
yes.
Honor Flight. And she made a sign that says lemonade
for the V
trains. And I got a call from a friend of mine who said, I just got some lemonade from your daughter. He said, I want to support the V trains. All right. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday.